What's up to all my barbers, social media people, people in the chat, people that's gonna watch this video. I just did a little clip about the barbers, with me personally as a barber, how I be missing out on a lot of different events. And I was thinking about what's another good topic for the barbershop, and I came up with speed cutting versus a person who takes their time with the haircuts, who takes longer. I don't know, something may have changed since the social media. I know that some barbers, like, they like speed cut. They may be like, let's say they would look at the waiting area, and they would like look at the waiting area, see how many people there. They would like look at it to count people, like, as money. And then when you got other barbers in there, they paying attention, and the bottom line is they want to get that client out the chair fast as possible so they can get to other clients to make more money. Me personally, I never been a speed barber. I always been considered like the slowest one in the barbershop. But I'm very detail oriented when it comes to cutting hair. So to me, it's like every piece, every string of a hair counts, right? And I always want to focus on just doing my best work, not the fastest. So what I can say is that I remember, I think it was on a Saturday, because my old barbershop used to open up at like 7 a.m. on Saturday. We would actually have people in the parking lot 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, just to make sure they get their hair cut early, they get in and out. Now, I learned that from a barbershop I used to work at, and I kept the same schedule when I had opened up my own shop, because that shop I worked at, they opened at 7 a.m., but between 2, 3 in the evening, they'll be closed. So on the Saturday, they had a whole day where they won't mess up their whole day by just being in the shop all day. But when I opened up my shop, we opened early at 7, but I didn't care. 6, 7 at night, we'll still be open. I don't really care about the hours when it comes to my shop, like, especially when people paying booth rent. Like, I just feel like they need to have access to the shop at any time, and holidays and all that, like, we always stayed open. And Christmas Day, like, we'll be open on Christmas Day. Back to the topic though. So, this one particular Saturday, I remember I had like 10 people waiting on me. And I still cut at my own pace. I take my time. Like, I'm not gonna rush the client just because I got a lot of people waiting on me. And I don't think that, like, I don't remember doing like like a time schedule, like each client had a certain time. I just remember like pretty much first come, first serve. Maybe someone call and I have a spot open, I tell them how long to wait, then they'll come. But the bottom line is all 10 of those clients waited. And I could be like, on average, say, I could be on average between an hour, hour and a half to 2 hours on the client, depending on what type service they're getting, you know, what type haircut they're getting. But that was my thing, I always take my time. Barbers who do speed cut, one in particular I know, he had a lot of clients, he was very fast. And when I say fast speed cutting, I'm talking about pushing 2 to 3 clients out within an hour. You know, that's fast. And I'm talking about, it could be a blowout afro, razor with the beard, bald fades, pretty much any style haircut would be fast. Like, you probably wouldn't stay in the chair the longest, probably like 30 minutes for a haircut. And an easy haircut, like even all over, something like that, you know, 15, 20 minutes. They get easy haircuts back to back, they can easily do 3 clients within 1 hour. One thing that I knows about a couple barbers who speed cut, they had more complaints, more people come back to get something fixed. But far as right or wrong, it's up to the barber. I mean, because like some clients, they just want a basic cut, look good, that's gonna get them by. Some clients don't want to sit in no chair, you know, for a long period of time. Some clients look that in and out. Some clients, as long as you make me look decent, as long as it look good, I'm okay with that. So it all depends on the barber. And one thing I can say is that you can have a lot of clientele and not be the best barber in the shop. You could be a barber that's decent, that make the client look good. Like for example, some of the speed cutters might be like, the fade not all that. The fade not like all that crispy. The shape up so, you know. But one thing they will do is give you a sharp, crispy tape. And when you got a sharp, crispy tape, it kind of covers up the flaws within the fade or within the shape. Because, for example, like an afro, a box hairstyle, okay, like for me, I'm gonna cut it, shape it, pick it back out. Cut it, shape it, pick it back out. Cut it, shape it, might pick it out, might leave it on, but my thing is, I wanna keep doing that because when you go home, you shampoo your hair, you know, you comb your hair, whatever, I still want it to look good, you know. So that's the reason why I would tease the hair like that and shape it, tease it, shape it, tease it. So when you go home and you wash your hair, you pick out your hair, you style your own hair at the house, your haircut still gonna last, still gonna look good. But with a speed barber, 9 times out of 10, he gonna shape it, pick it out. Might not do that. He might just pick it out once, shape it, tape it. It look good in that mirror. But yeah, when you go home, pick it out, or shampoo your hair, it's gonna be out of whack. You probably gonna have to pat it back in place. But one thing that's gonna stay is that sharp taper. Sharp taper. So I noticed that with barbers that cut hair fast, they may give you a mediocre fade. Shape may look good at the time, and they're gonna throw that sharp tape up on it, and it's gonna be crispy. And that's one of the secret things that I've seen to speed cut. For me, the bottom line, there is no right or wrong. You as a barber, you gotta find what style, you know. You find your own style, your own that match you. So whether it be speed or detail oriented, you gotta find what match you. Well, I can say, what I noticed in this social media area that we're in is that you're not seeing too many messed up haircuts. I mean, these haircuts are sharp. Not only that the haircuts are sharp, these haircuts are like they spraying the texture. They spraying the hair fibers onto the hairline and to the hair, and they basically enhancing it to make the haircut look good. I personally don't do it. I hear like the complaints that I hear from that is that like it mess up your sheets, your pillows, your clothes. Those fibers can get real nasty. I had a client that he used to do his own hair fiber. When I would comb his hair, I mean, the black flakes will be everywhere, like it's a real mess. So, me personally, I don't do it. I like the hair color. A lot of barbers use the Beijing. I think the Beijing is just the Beijing product, and you just mix it with water. I don't use Beijing. Never use it, and I don't got nothing against the Beijing. It's just that in the area that I'm in Miami, in sunny hours on the beach, at the time we didn't have no barbershop on the beach. So I always lived in this area. So when I came to this area and started cutting hair, I was cutting hair in beauty salons. So while I was cutting hair in beauty salon, they will always use the hair color. So it's like you put the cream and you gotta mix it with the ammonia, and you mix that up. And I use hair color, you know, on the beard, whatever I need to do to enhance it, to make it look better. I use the hair color. What I like about the hair color is you don't have to worry about messing up your pillow sheets, flakes, you know, of the color falling, you know, off everywhere. It's gonna last. Like it's really gonna last. I heard actually from not my client, but from another client that the hair fiber, like, it looked good at the time, but when you wash it out, it's like it don't look the same. It's not as sharp. It's like only for the look now. So I don't know, like, maybe you're gonna do a photo shoot or something real quick, temporary. It looked good at the time, but hair color, it's gonna last you a week, 2 weeks, depends on facial hair, beard, and stuff like that. It's gonna last almost a week, but like your hair, you can get away with 3 weeks. You can get away with it for a while with the hair, but it's not like the hair fiber, So I don't know, nowadays they could spray something on it to keep it intact. I don't know. I don't deal with the hair fiber. It's a mess. But back to what I was saying about the social media, I noticed that the haircuts are sharp, and not only sharp haircuts, but I'm starting to see, I don't know, like, is this since this COVID, but I'm starting to see like high prices, $200, $300, $400, $500 a haircut. Anybody paying that kind of money for a haircut, it can't be a speedy service. And then some of these posts that I see, it's like, client flew from such and such area just to come get a $300, $400, $500 haircut. So I know it's taking a couple hours, because they doing full service. They doing the facial, hot towel, steamer, so I know you can't be doing no speed cuts. That's not what I'm seeing on social media. I mean, people charging that kind of money for a hair service like that. Also, it's been like, I've seen like, the average haircut $75, $100. Like this the norm for haircuts. Like, what I got to say about that is that you're gonna charge $75 or $100. Like, that's gonna be your norm for a haircut. Like, you as a barber gotta be all the way presentable, from your clothes, your teeth, your hair, your nails, hygiene, everything need to look like money. Everything needs to look like that value for that. You can get those clients that'll pay for those services. You can attract those. And at the same time, people who are charging $75 to $100 for those haircuts, don't let it, like, to the other barbers and to the other customers, don't let that be like, this is the new norm. Listen, everybody not charging that. And in reality, majority of the people cannot afford that. And not only majority of people can't afford that, I'm pretty sure some clients are going to start learning how to cut their own hair. They have tools out there, like, they have tools you could line up the taper, they have YouTube videos on how to cut your hair. Like, it's gonna force a lot of people to learn how to cut their own hair. But listen, that is not the new norm across the board, point blank, period. It's not like that. And it'll never be like that for a long time, because it's a lot of people that can't afford to pay that. And you charging, let's say, a haircut between $20, $25, the beard between 30, 35, maybe 40 max for a haircut and the face, the beard, and whatever. And we're just talking about cut with razor, hot towel treatment, all that need to be included. We're not talking about extras like a facial, nothing extra, hair color, nothing extra like that. We're talking about simple haircuts, whether it be fade, blowout, beard. We're talking about ballpark $20 to $40. And this is for adults. So barbers out there that's cutting for them prices, you're gonna always have clients that is gonna pay that. And not only pay that, you might even, like, your clientele will go up. Your clientele will go up because on social media, people are saying $75, $100. It's a new norm. Not only the barbers saying this, but I see the clients saying like, oh, you know, my barber talking about $75, $100. Like, so by them pushing that narrative, like that's the new norm now, your clientele will go up for barbers who charge them between $20 to $40. You're gonna stay solid, you know? And you not only stay solid and keep a steady income coming because of clientele, you can actually make more money than the barbers who charging $75 to $100 because not a lot of people can afford that. And for the barbers who are doing that, there's nothing wrong with that. What I see wrong with it is when those barbers who are charging those prices, when they try to take that $75, $100 to say, oh, this is the new normal. This is the price now. Nah, you're crossing the lines. Nah. It's not a new price for everybody. All barbers not going to charge that. So a lot of clients, more clients that can't afford those type prices. Let's talk about me for a second. So like, I got my license in 1995 when I graduated barber school. I could say right up until around about 2013, and maybe even after that. But the bottom line is, when I was cutting hair cutting was like segregated. It was like the black barbershop, Spanish barbershop, white barbershop. So that's all, basically all barbers that to be cutting. Like, it's either gonna be a black barbershop with black barbers, Spanish barbershop with Spanish barbers, white barbershop with white barbers. Well, what I only the first time that I seen that like something that broke the norm as far as like the ethnicity of a barber was in the movie Barbershop. In that movie Barbershop, I remember in the black barbershop, they had a white barber, right? And clients would be hesitant to get their hair cut because it's a white barber, like they weren't trusting it because it's a white barber. They don't feel like that barber can cut their hair. So me personally, I always adopted the same philosophy as far as cutting hair in a black barbershop. Originally, I'm from Columbia, South Carolina. So that's how I learned. I learned how to cut hair on black people. My barbering school was predominantly, that's it, black people. My instructor was a black instructor. In the book, it would have the straight hair.
Is it open there?
The what? Open there? You wanted to buy some?
Yeah, you remember the peanut?
Hold on. Okay, I'm back to what I was talking about. Yeah, so that's how I learned. I had a black instructor. I learned cutting hair on black people, and that's all I know, cutting hair in a black barbershop. When I moved to Miami, it's been over 20 years in Miami, and the same thing. I was looking for the black areas to cut hair. I was in New York for a while too, while I was living in Miami, almost 6 months, 5 months, something like that. And when I went to New York, 'cause I have family there, and same thing, I looked for, where the black barbershops at. So that's all I knew. That's all I knew when it comes to cutting hair. And then back in Miami, I'm cutting hair in Carol City. It's Miami Gardens now, but I'm tired of the commute back and forth from living in Sunny Isles to going over there to cut hair. And like I said, they didn't have barbershop in Sunny Isles at the time, but I got tired of the commute, and I was like, I'm going in one of these salons on the beach, and I'm just gonna cut hair, And I did that, and it was a totally different ball game cutting the straight hair. I'm talking about using the water bottle, the blow dry style, the gel, the spritz, and the scissor work. Totally different ball game. So I would watch the other salon people do the hair with the scissors, the water bottle, blow dry style. I would watch, and so I'm starting to on clients that would come in. I remember it was a little white boy, fade on the side, trimmed with the scissors on top. And I remember the dad was not happy with that haircut, did not like that haircut, complained to the salon owner, and they were seriously thinking about letting me go, not work there no more. And there's a Colombian guy named William, and he was like, no, we're gonna work with him. He used to own a barbershop. He can get it. He can get the hang. We're gonna work with him. I'm gonna teach him how to do the scissor work, the bottle, and all that. So he started showing me. I started watching him. I went and bought me a mannequin head, tripod, and videos. Later on, I took like classes. I paid for classes to learn how to cut the long straight hair. I say about 6 months of practicing, watching videos, looking at the people in the salon. I started getting it. I started getting the rhythm. I started noticing how some people would comb the hair different and cut it, how they would blow dry, how they would use the brush and the blow dry, and styling the hair. So I started to get the rhythm, and then once that happened, Then I was feeling more comfortable, like with a man coming in with long straight hair to do a leg cut. Up my game all the way, because now I know how to cut the straight hair, and I got the barbering skills, because the people in the salon, they don't know how to use the razor. They don't know how to do a whole razor shave with the hot towel, and they don't even know how to fade and blend like a barber. A barber more detailed when it comes to fading, when it comes to using the razor, beard. Barber, way more detailed. The salon, they don't know how to do it like that. So by me not knowing how to cut the straight hair, and with my skills, the salon couldn't touch me when it come to doing the mean haircuts. They couldn't touch me at all. Matter of fact, the clients who were used to getting their haircut by a hairstylist, because that's what they would call them, hairstylists, and they get their haircut with me, they didn't want to see a hairstylist no more. They wanted the barber. The barber give them fresh, crispy style. And some white people, they don't want the sharp lines. They want a nice style, but a lot of them don't like all of the sharp taper lines. And even with that, still know how to give them that to perfection, you know, without it even being as sharp. Still perfect. It's just totally different. We learn two different ways. In barber school, that's what we did. We concentrate on men haircuts. We concentrate on detail. Salon, they more concentrate on the long hair, and when they do a short hair, it's like it's a simple style, simple fade. Like that's not their thing. To work with the clippers like that, their thing is more of the scissor work. That helped me out a lot. That changed my life. I feel like a full rounded barber now. I feel like I can go anywhere with my skills now. Like in New York, I don't have to go looking for where the black shops at. I can go downtown Manhattan, you know. I can go right there where it's a mix of all kind of people, because I know how to cut all kind of hair. I've been doing this before the social media, like really start showing haircuts of all different styles. I've been doing that. I give you an example. I was in federal prison in 2013 until 2015. So when I got to federal prison in 2013, I'm gonna tell y'all the story on that later on. But this is my point, what I'm saying. When I got to federal prison in 2013, I wanted to be, you know, the barber. And I went to the person in charge and I told him what I do, my skill. It's like, okay, no problem. We got a black barber for the blacks, and we got a Spanish barber for the whites and Hispanic. So I was like, okay, well, I do it all. I cut all. It's like, well, you're in prison and this is how we do it here. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, cool. But in my mind, I'm like, as soon as they see me get a hold of someone with some straight hair, like, that's gonna change, you know? So to make a long story short, what happened was that in federal prison, the money would be like tuna packs, macro packs. That's how they'll pay. Some may even say, well, what you want off the commissary, but the haircuts was ranging from $2 to $4 or $5 max was about the average price they was doing for a haircut in there. And that's what happened. It was a barber next to me was cutting straight hair, and the guy was like not totally satisfied with the work, right? And I told him, I said, yo, I could fix it. And I got had a container that had water in it, and I would spray it down, comb it. And I didn't have scissors, so I would use the clippers like scissors. And cause he had no problem. He's like, oh man, he was so thankful, And then other inmates seen that, and that was it. I was cutting Spanish, whites, and man, my haircuts went up to $15, $16, $17 because people were actually bidding to get in my chair to make sure that I cut them every single time, So by me knowing how to cut all ethnicity, all different type hair textures, it changed the game for me. And not just up the price of the haircut, and not just like to be able to cut their hair, but it changed like the segregation for me, because now it's like, because I can cut everybody's hair, I don't just have to sit at the table with the blacks, I could sit at any table. I could sit at the Spanish table. I could sit at the white table. I can go to this guy's cell, talk to him. I could move anywhere freely and talk to anybody because of my skills, So that upped the game for me. Now, what I noticed in the social media era, I noticed that barbers are cutting all type of hair now too. And to me, it's because of the social media. It's like it forced people to elevate their game up. Nobody want to feel like they left behind, so they see this cut, this style, like, oh, like, I bet you can't do this. It's almost like what it's saying when you see the stuff, especially when you're a barber, you're in the industry, you don't want to be left behind. So when you start seeing all these different hair textures and styles, it's like, oh, like, I gotta get my game up. So that's what I like about this new era, like the segregation, like it's not like what it used to be. So these, no matter Spanish barber, black barber, white barber, like, they stepping their game up. It's still all going to depend on what area you're in too. You may be in an area where it's predominantly black and that's still all you cutting. So you might not care about learning how to cut the other textures. You may be a white barber that's in a predominantly white area. You might not care how to cut, black texture hair. So a lot of that depends on also where you live, but what I can say is that at least there's like that other avenue for a lot of barbers now that's changing up their style, like who just want to be able to know how to cut it all. So you're not limited to wherever. You can go anywhere, you know. You can go anywhere and cut hair. And one thing about a barber is that you can have no money, but as long as you got your tools, it'll make you some money. Like, no matter like where you go, as long as you got your tools, you know, you're gonna make some money. Whether it be in the shop, especially now, like with the cordless tools now. But that's gonna be a whole nother topic right there too, about cordless tools versus the clippers, the tools that still got the electric cord. But when you got cordless tools, you don't even need electricity. You know what I mean? For us, you know, you need to make sure they charge. But yeah, you don't even need electricity. Like, you're gonna make you some money. You know, you got money to get wherever you're going, like plane, train, New York, or California, Miami, down south. Like, as long as you got your tools, you're gonna make you some money. You know, people gonna always need haircuts. That's not going nowhere. People gonna always need that service. So that's one good thing about being a barber. As long as you got your tools, you're gonna make you some money. Like I said, I got a lot of topics I'm gonna be talking about. That's it for now. You like what I'm talking about? Let me know. You know, put it in the comments. So, just not getting started, but I got a lot of history. 50 years old, master barber, got a lot of topics to talk about.